Hey everybody, it's Jose Luis Morales with Remax Gold Coast Realtors, coming to you live from my office here at the Morales Group headquarters at Village at the Park community. So I wanted to do a quick video because I had a new agent and he asked me, Jose Luis, like, what is it gonna take for me, or what would it take for me to become a top producer? And it was interesting enough because I've seen this agent, I've seen what time they come into work, what time they leave, and I had a very strong conversation with the agent. And I asked them, I said, and this was something that one of my mentors told me very early on in my career, because I asked them the same thing, and I said, what would it take for me to become a top producer? And the guy basically told me, he said, Jose Luis, when you get in the office, whose car do you see outside? Yours. I told him, yours. I see your car. When you leave the office, Jose Luis, whose car do you see outside? And I said, yours. And it was so interesting because they said, it's not magic, it's not rocket science. All it takes is just show up, work hard, and the results will come. So essentially he was telling me, Jose Luis, I come in earlier than you do, and I leave later than you do. I'm not a magician. I am not like something special. I just have a stronger work ethic than you. I'm willing to put in the work that you're not willing to put in at this time. And I remember when my mentor, or the person who told me this, I was like, oh my God, like it's so simple. Just show up, put in the work, put in those hours, and the results will come. And it was so interesting enough because it comes back to that other story that another one of my mentors told me. He told me that at the beginning, when you're starting off a new career or you've recently opened up a new business, it takes double, triple the fuel for a boat to take off that it does when the boat's already cruising. So essentially, you have to put in all this time, all this energy, especially in the beginning, to get the boat running. Once the boat gets running, then at that point, the boat is on cruise control and everything seems to become a lot easier because you have that momentum already. So it just brings me back and helps me think about like hard work. Like, what am I willing to give up to put in those extra hours? I remember the first year that I started real estate, I was a part-time agent and I had a part-time job at my parents' store. I remember I would go to work from like 9 to 5 with my parents. It was a full-time job. And then after work, I would come into real estate from like 5 to like 8 or 8:30 or sometimes even 9 o'clock. And I did this for a full year. Literally that first year in the business, I took 4 days off the entire year. But by me putting all this extra time, all this extra energy into getting something started, it got the boat going. And got the boat going, and to the point where it became almost cruise control. Don't get me wrong, I still put in these extra hours. I still put in, I mean, it's 6 o'clock right now. I'm still here at the office. But the principle is you have to be willing to put in that work. You have to be willing to make that extra effort. I mean, it's not a 9 to 5 job, especially being in real estate or even running your own business. It's not a 9 to 5 job. It's not somewhere where you clock in at 9 o'clock, 5 o'clock, you're done. No, it's something that if you want to succeed, I mean, you really want to be above everybody else, you have to go in there and put in that work. You have to make that sacrifice. So the definition of sacrificing is giving up something to receive something else of value. So I asked the agent, I said, what are you willing to give up in order to get to the goals that you want to get to? What are you willing to sacrifice? Because, I mean, if you just treat this like a 9 to 5 job, if you treat this coming in at 9 and leaving at 5, you're not going to get the results that you want initially. You have to put in that hard work. You have to go in there and crush it. You have to be willing to give up something to receive something else. It may mean you may give up like watching your sports on a Friday night and going home early, watching Dodger baseball, or may mean that you may give up your morning. It may mean that you may have to wake up earlier. Whatever it is, you have to think about it. And there is no right or wrong answer. There is no like magic answer. There is no right or wrong. It really just comes down to whatever it is that you want to do and whatever it is that your goals are. So, I mean, if you want to show up at 9 o'clock, that's fine. If you want to leave at 5 o'clock, that's fine. It just depends what it is that you want. What do you want your life to look like? What do you want your career to look like? Do you want to be average? Or do you want to be at a level where people can say, oh my God, this guy has just put in the work. They're at that level that I want to be at. So essentially, you want to become a top producer, I told them, is when you get here, who's here? And when you leave, who's still here working? You have to be willing to put in that work. There's no secret formula. And the thing is that it's not the sexy thing to do. I mean, so I can't say like, hey, you know what? I've got this secret formula of becoming a top producer. It requires 1 or 2 hours a week. There is no magic pill, essentially. It's not like one of those sexy commercials like come in, work 2 hours a day and get $100,000 a month. No, this is not a sexy commercial. This is the reality of what it's going to take to become a top producer, to run your own business. It's going to take hard work. It's going to take effort. It's going to take you sacrificing something to receive something else of value. And it's going to take some massive action, especially at the beginning when you're getting your business started or you're getting your career started. That's it. No secret formula. No get thin quick. No faja or whatever they have, the it works or whatever. There is no secret formula. It just takes hard work. So are you willing to put in the hard work? Jose Luis Morales, I work with RE/MAX Gold Coast Realtors. 6 o'clock, I'm here at the office, I'm making, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to succeed. Jose Luis Morales, I work with RE/MAX. Look, you even got my fiance in the background right here. She's willing to put in the hard work. 6 o'clock, baby. Tell them.
Yes.
You're here, you're grinding. Say hello.
Hi.
That's all it takes, man. Jose Luis Morales, RE/MAX Gold Coast Realtors, Morales Group. If you or anybody that you know knows of anybody that is looking to buy or sell real estate, give them my name, give them my phone number, 805-228-4672. I hope that this was helpful. If it was, great. If it wasn't, not so great. Make it a great day. Peace.